Hey, girlis. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, girl?
It's going.
Is it? Let me make sure we're recording. Oh, good. We are. We're recording.
It's going. It's going. Been doing some cleaning today, working on a dress today.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays or like 5 minutes. One of the two.
I know.
Girl,
Five minute month of Sundays.
When I didn't text you back for like not even a full 24 hours. Girl, are you okay? Yes, I only text you that whenever it's been 48 hours that I haven't heard from you. Because I figured that after 48 hours, you're obsessively, compulsively doing something you shouldn't be doing. I feel like you're either dead on an Uber that's going to Lauderhill, or you're obsessively compulsively working on a dress. I just got to get this stitch, this hem. One word. Why is it not?
Well,
working?
in the case of this particular week, I wasn't super concerned, but it was what I thought would have heard from you about doing the podcast. So that's why I was like, "Are you okay?"
I see. No. Okay. But Tuesday this week. Tuesday, not Wednesday. I can't because I'm going out to Korean barbecue, and then I'm doing karaoke at Flex.
Wednesday, I can't do it Wednesday either. That's my friend's dance program is going to be that day. So
cool.
Yeah.
Karaoke at Flex though. There you go.
Oh, are you going to send me some videos?
No.
Oh.
Do you want me to send you some videos?
I would. Yeah. Is Brigner going to be there? Does Brigner there usually?
Not usually on a Wednesday, no.
Oh, okay. I'd like, tell him I said, hey.
Girl, yeah, I can sing the extended version of Video Killed the Radio Star. I put that song on. Like Spotify was just going through some songs, and Video Killed the Radio Star was on. And I was like, pictures came and broke my heart. And it stopped. And then it started doing that little bit. I'm like, God damn it, this is the long version. And I looked down, it was like 6.5 minutes. I'm like, yeah.
Speaking of the long version, I would love to know your thoughts on them using the weird sped up TikTok version of Bloody Mary on Drag Race.
I don't particularly care for it, no. It's such a good song. That's the thing. That is a good song. It's not the best song on Born This Way, because that is...
It was not a song. It wasn't a single. It was a song.
It was single. It was released as a single. It was the sixth.
It was released as a single after the TikTok phenomenon.
No, it was the sixth single from that.
I thought they said it was not an official single when they released it. Release it. Like, because that was the big hullabaloo, is that it became so big on TikTok that they had to release it as a single. That weird sped up thing. By the way, that's common now. I don't know if you know that or not. The every song now on Spotify comes out in those 3 different versions. Regular, slowed down, and sped up because of TikTok. Which is just bizarre to me.
Here. When was song Bloody Mary released? So it... I mean, okay, blah, 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 remix, The Horse, Born This Way. The remix, it's about recreation. So the real thing is, it's complicated. Because it was released as a dance mix in like 2011. And then like... The sped up version was released as a single last year, so it's 2 years ago. So it's a mess.
It was just interesting.
Also, Plasma could not have won. That is my belief on that. With the sped up version, Plasma, there's no way for her to win.
I don't think so. I think the way we discussed it in the message that we had, I think she could have won it that way.
That's true.
But you have to be willing to go. Which, once again, that's the whole point of that last lip sync. You have to be willing to do anything.
So I will say that in the pit stop, it is Lux Noir London and Trixie.
Ooh, interesting.
And Lux has a read of Maya. She wears a kitten wig every other time. She couldn't have had one up underneath her wig if she was thinking about pulling it off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like the thing that she had under. I was like, no.
No.
But also, I knew that at that point,
mm-hmm.
when RuPaul gave that look on her face, like, give me something. I was like, please. I was like, oh,
like
Lord,
Plasma just had to do
trouble?
anything.
Literally,
anything.
RuPaul's like, give me something.
Yeah.
Then Plasma's just like thrashing around, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I will say that just like Theater Kid, her releasing that video afterwards, the video's good. Did you watch it?
The video's really good.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, I would have loved it more if she had actually, from a Theater Kid's perspective, sang it. That would have been really cool.
I don't know if she could have.
You can as a drag performer, yeah. Mm-hmm. Think about all this. Yeah, you can do that because I mean, it counts. It still counts under the parody clause. So. She could have, but she didn't.
Girl, speaking of parodies, did you know we have Patreon? Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Maim.
Yeah.
Maim.
Yep.
Did you know we have another podcasts?
No.
We have Baking Sugar, our Design Win podcast, and Over the Moon, our moonlighting podcast. No more excuses. But, dear listeners, you will get our Over the Moon with us in the lightest of drag.
The lightest of drag.
You'll recorded. And you get all of our episodes without commercials eventually, once I get to that. I should start, now that I think about it, I should start with the Ally McBeal one and work my way backwards because that would be the easiest way to do it. I
wonder if there's been any word about that recently.
I usually check every week.
Yeah.
Hold on here. Hold on. Disney Plus just came up with Watch Ally McBeal.
What?
Nope. This content's unavailable.
Just
Prime
break
Video.
Our hearts.
Nope.
Break our hearts.
Don't go breaking your heart. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking mine.
Some person once, I think it was like a month ago, somebody requested, they're like, oh my gosh, will you sing that with me? I was like, okay, sure, yeah. And then literally when the song came up, like 20 minutes later, they'd already left. I was like, really?
It's because they want to do it immediately.
Cool. I mean, that's not how karaoke works. Unless you give me a 20, then it works that way.
Girl, you're cheap. A 20?
For doing that to get bumped up? That's not cheap.
In Miami? That people got money.
These are tourists in Miami, girl. These aren't people that live here.
Oh, is that your major clientele, tourists?
Oh, yeah. That's at least like 50 to 60% of the people that come through ours.
Are they gays?
Occasionally. It's mostly straight folks, though. They love me. They think it is the craziest thing they've ever seen in their whole life. Oh my gosh.
Maim, did you know that we have merchandise? Sorry, if you go to MimsandMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
Girl, you love a nice 5-star review.
That's right. I love a 5-star review. It really helps boost us and like.
You raise me up.
God, how did you know the song I was getting ready to sing?
I could see your hands doing this. I was like, he's going to do You Raise Me Up.
Oh, God. But, the Josh Groban version.
I know exactly the version.
Raise me up.
Oh, I knew which version.
I missed all of the notes. This is season 4. Episode 11? I thought it was episode 12. Hold on here.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Somebody go get Mims her pills.
Season 4, episode 11. Doom with a View. Girl, we're in New York City.
New York City.
And Charlotte Ray's in this episode.
Girl, I can't. I'm so happy.
For those of you that don't know Charlotte Ray, it's Mrs. Garrett from Facts of Life. She's known for being a smartass with bright red hair.
Oh, we love her so much.
Well, so JB approaches an apartment complex, which has a sayonara bug killer out front. Yeah. And so Grady stops her as she's coming in, and you hear a New Yorker from down there. Your place is filled with cockroaches. So they
worth it for just that. That's just that line alone. This episode's worth it.
So we have to leave for an ADR as they're in a taxi. Oh, we're going to the Montaigne Plaza Hotel. That place has more stars than the Walk in Hollywood.
So good.
Mm-hmm. Well, Gary Harper married the owner of the hotel. Now, the one thing I hate about this episode, they keep going back and forth between Gary and Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got Grady, Gary, and Garrett.
But that's kind of part of it, though, right?
Yeah.
Technically, that's part of the confusion.
But just call it Gary. Gary and Grady.
But that's not what his woman calls him, because she doesn't think of him like a boy.
Well, her name is Cornelia Montaigne.
Oh, that's a fancy.
So we go to the hotel and we see Cornelia Montaigne and Garrett fussing at each other.
Oh.
Cornelia's fan-fucking-tastic.
I love her.
I love her too.
Mm-hmm.
She's a small woman with a tight perm.
Gorgeous.
In some 80s fucking fashion. Like,
it's that kind that makes my skin just tingle. You know, I love that
That
stuff.
could be scabies.
I don't have scabies anymore.
Girl, you know, that is the one thing whenever we go to out and about to the Eagle, I'm like, I could very easily get scabies here. You can, just by touching someone. Scabies is very transmissible.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
There was a rash of scabies that went through Flex from people just hugging each other.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
typically it's like chiggers, so typically it's through here that it infects the soft parts.
Well, now I don't want to go out anymore.
Hey, you going to though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah.
Good, sweetie. Good.
I love. This is funny though, because for when the episode first got started, it was bothering me. I was like, who is this woman? I know her, and then I was like, oh, it's freaking Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Janet Leigh.
Okay.
Yeah, Hollywood legend Janet Leigh.
Oh, well, good for her. Nepo baby.
Nepo baby. Yay. You know what, though? She made the best of being a Nepo baby.
She did.
Honestly.
She did. Well, so Gary and Grady and JB all meet, and Gary's like, this is an all expenses paid weekend for y'all. His mom is joining them for dinner. Cornelia cannot because she's always busy. Oh, and by the way, Sandra Clemens is coming too. You remember her, the third cheerleader from the left?
Oh, yeah. I kind of remember her, Grady, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, we meet Mark Havlin, the hotel manager. He's very dapper.
Super dapper. Super dapper.
Well, so JB and Grady go up to their hotel room, and along the well, Timmy's fallen into the well, Lassie.
Oh God. What is it, girl? What is it?
With June Lockhart.
I wonder if she does an episode of this. I'm sure she will show up on this.
You know what? Was she
will.
not dead by that point?
No.
Lockhart. Is she still alive?
Now?
She is 98 years old.
I love that. That's so nice. You better come on, June Lockhart.
Girl, we've already seen the episode she was in.
Oh, which one was that?
Season 2, episode 4, School for Scandal.
Oh.
Mother and daughter become...
Did we even realize it was her?
Girl, there are so many people. We probably did.
We've been doing this so long. So long.
I mean, that was about a year ago at this point. So, yeah.
So long. So long.
So, where are we at? Oh, Sandy and Grady meet. And Sandy's coming to the dinner, and Grady's going to pick her up at 7 sharp.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Rekindle some romance.
Well, Sandy goes downstairs and sees Gary, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why am I doing this with Grady? What's going on? And Gary's like, chill, calm your tits. Cornelia will get upset if this does not happen, and we cannot have Cornelia get upset. It'll be bad for me and you.
Ew. What's going on with these two?
I don't know. It sounds like sex.
It does, but I thought he brought her there to hook up with Grady.
Does anyone really think that anybody wants to hook up with Grady?
That's sad.
I mean, he's cute.
He's a sweet man. He's a sweet man. Poor Grady.
So we're back in the room. Hello. We're back in we're back in Sandy's room. And like Grady has some flowers for her. He puts flowers in a pot. There's a phone call, and like Sandra writes the number down on an envelope and puts it back in a purse. And in the pot was vermouth, because Sandy had just made them both some martinis. Do you like a martini? Like a real martini that's, just gin and vermouth?
I like the dirty one that has the olive juice in it. Yeah. The other one's okay, but I like the one with the olive juices. I really like those.
Maybe you know what, girl? Maybe next time I come down, we should actually just eat dinner in Wilton.
What?
Yeah, why not?
Like, just actually food and not just drinking?
Well, like eat at the Mexican restaurant and then go drink directly afterwards.
We could go to the Mexican restaurant. We could also go to Bubbles and Pearls. It's actually owned by a person who was on Top Chef, a lesbian that was on one of the finalists on Top Chef. So,
is it good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got good food.
I'm Googling it now. Bubbles
mm-hmm.
and Pearls. Are you sure it's still open?
Yeah.
Okay. Because their website's defunct.
Oh, honey, don't go by websites anymore. It's not.
What are you talking about? Don't go by websites anymore.
A lot of restaurants don't maintain their websites very well.
What are you talking? All of them in Raleigh do. All of them do.
A lot of websites here.
All of the bougie ones do, girl.
A lot of websites here don't maintain their websites very well. Trust me, I've looked up numerous ones. Hours aren't the same, and they put that stuff up like a while ago. They don't touch it again. You want to find out what we got? Come on by.
Well, girl, I will be there in like 11 months. I'm going to have my surgery this summer. And then I will be fit and fabulous to... Maybe I should, while he's pushing my hernia back in, go, could you just lipo some things out while you have to...
Why you got this hole in me? Can you just stick the hose up there, please? It's just an extra 5 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I won't even notice it. Just go ahead. I'll just put my stories back on while I'm...
Yeah, you can even add it to my butt if you want to.
Come on, BBBL.
BBB. Why do I have an extra B?
Brazilian bitchy butt lift, honey. That's why.
It would talk back, wouldn't it? Yeah, so Cornelia, we're at dinner now, and Cornelia's walking around in fashion.
Yes.
In fashion.
Like 80s high fashion.
Like that black thing. Something that Nifia would make for Drag Race.
It's true. For like one of their soap opera challenges.
Yep. So we meet Mrs. Harper, Charlotte Rae, Nettie.
Come on, Nettie.
We find out she hates Sandy. And Cornelia is eyeing everyone at the table as Sandy approaches.
Strange. Why would you hate someone that you barely know?
Curiouser and curiouser, Maim. Curiouser and curiouser. Well, we're back in a room. We're back in the, like, we keep going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. It's like we're whores.
They get their steps in.
God. So have you been back to Wilton since I came down?
No.
Okay. I assume you don't go there very often.
Well, I mean, I go out every Thursday night basically, so it's like
yeah.
It's interesting because it's like I used to but at the same time it was difficult to, because my feet hurt on Friday, so I don't want to go dancing, Why make that face? Why you make that face? I'm just talking about, I'm just being real.
I got my bunions start flaring up on Friday. I got to soak them while I'm working.
I mean, Fridays are always a weird day because I'm operating on like very little sleep. I have my feet hurt a bit. And
question for you: do you soak your feet while you're doing work?
No, my feet don't hurt like that. They just hurt like the thought of just going out and dancing the next day. It's not like the shoes don't really ever hurt my feet like that. But
girl, just trust me.
Okay.
Get one of the old timey foot things to put your feet in. Put some hot water and some Epsom salts in there, and just soak your feet. You're at
that stage in my life.
You're at an age now.
Don't say it,
girl. You were at an age 15 years ago.
Oh Lord, I just had a realization that made me almost nauseous.
What?
If you say that, if you were to make that comment next year, I'm still gonna be 30.
I know, Maim. I know. I'm right there with you, girl. We old, and it's fine.
We old, bitch. We old.
We're very old.
We are like gay decrepit now.
Girl, that's not necessarily true. I saw some of the people that were out in Wilton.
I'm sorry, does the term not apply still?
I am trying to bring one of my friends down there just because I know he would hate it.
Oh, Lord.
Hold up.
I saw you grab your phone, so I know you're about to message me.
I'm getting ready to tell you a name. I just know that he would hate it. And like,
oh yes, oh yes, hate it so
he's like, aren't they all
much.
old there? I'm like, no, they're your age and above.
Old.
Well, we're back in the room, and we find out that Cornelia has done a little background check on Sandy, and she has checked into the hotel 9 times since Gary and Cornelia were married. And she's like, I do not like it when my husband's mistresses come to stay at my hotel, pretty much.
Ooh. There's a lot of weird stuff on here happening.
So we're in JB's room, and JB's reading a manuscript, and she's like, Grady, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Why don't you go out with your friends? It may be raining, but like you can just go downstairs with them. There's a bar. There's a dance club in this hotel. It's like Vegas. There's probably some showgirls, maybe a strip club. I mean, there's probably a 24-hour Target in this place. It's got everything.
No, if it was that time period, that would have been a Kmart. Because at that time, Kmart was the only one of those retailers that was allowed in that area.
Also, girl, we're getting a Whataburger.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so jealous of you.
Yep, that they are. So the PDQ's closed, and some are becoming Whataburger, some are becoming the cookout chicken thing.
I'm so jealous of you. When we had that in Arizona, I was literally like, this is a great fast food burger. Like, they really do a good job. Man.
Is it better than Cookout?
I'm going to say yes, but that's because I've never really liked Cookout. I don't like those type of grilled burger kind of things. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but I think it's because I don't like the thickness of the patties because they're like grilled, you know. I've never liked that about cookouts in general, not the restaurant, but cookouts. I don't like those patties being so thick like that.
So you prefer them shorter and wider than longer and thicker.
I love the flavor of cookout burgers, but I don't like the
thickness. The length, I guess it's the length that you don't like. Are you okay with the width?
No, it's the width I don't like. It's not the length. Well, like.
This would be the I would think
it's the girth I have an issue with.
So you prefer them longer and thinner
because I like I like toppings on my burger. So but once you add toppings to something that girthy already, it's a bit of a mouthful. So I would
you can put a whole orange in your mouth.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I want to keep a whole orange in my mouth for like minutes at a time.
How many toppings do you like on your minutes? Girl, how long does it take you to chew?
This has gone wildly off rails today.
So question for you.
Yes.
Do you like a lot of toppings on your burger?
I do like a few, yeah.
So I usually get, whenever my cookout order,
okay,
lettuce, tomato, pickle, mayonnaise, done.
Lettuce, tomato, pickle, mayonnaise. I like to add bacon to mine.
Okay.
And cheese.
Oh yeah, it's a cheeseburger. That's not cheese is not a topping. Cheese is assumed. Like don't, as they say in the South, don't get it twisted.
Oh, is that where they say that in the South?
You're still in the South, boo-boo thing.
I didn't realize that was a Southern expression so much as a African-American female expression.
Oh, I just assumed that's where the African-American females were.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind.
Go for it.
They're in most of the states of America. I know. Even Chicago, I heard.
Well, I knew they were in Chicago. Girl, I had somebody, I'm not going to say friend, somebody that I know who lives in Philly.
An acquaintance?
Less than that. Was talking about, because I was talking about a, soul food restaurant in Durham. Like I was.
Okay.
We were talking about like good places with soul food, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Philly has the best soul food. I'm like, Philly's got what? Yeah, the best soul food.
Philadelphia?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not true, girl. It's not true. And I was like, oh, does that mean Philly's a southern city? Girl, is the storm still going on where you are?
Hold on. My internet's unstable.
Yep, I know.
Hold on. My internet's not stable.
I know. I know.
Oh, it told you already?
No, it doesn't tell me, but I could tell because you were freezing.
Oh, well, my computer told me. So pause for a moment.
I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Can you ever get wired for your internet?
I mean, it would be difficult.
Okay.
The way that the house is situated. I mean, I don't traditionally have a lot of internet issues. Normally, it's just during storms.
That's true. I was just saying for the streaming with image.
Yeah.
Like it with wired makes a whole lot of difference.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I could always.
But if it's a pain in the ass, don't do it.
It's a pain in the ass.
Then don't do it. Where's your router at?
It's just the room next to this one. It's very close. I mean, I guess I could conceivably.
I take a cord that I've got on a wheelie thing and I plug it in and then take it around.
How does that even work on these computers?
Oh, does yours not have a? Oh God, I poked a pimple.
Like a Mac, the MacBook Air doesn't really.
You have to get a USB-C adapter that's got an Ethernet.
Oh, I mean, I guess conceivably I could just take a really long cable and do that.
It's your call. You don't need to.
I mean, it's not even that far. I mean, in reality, it's really not that far technically.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
they make extender ones that are basically $35. That you just have in one room and you can pull it and then wheel it back up real fast.
Yeah, like it's not even that.
I'll say
I'm literally doing the math. I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually not.
And also, girl, for work.
Yes.
It will help you for work too. You'll come out even more clear.
Girl, I ain't having that cable extending from these two rooms all day, every day. You know I ain't gonna do that.
Girl, you can just you could
I
drill
got
a
all
hole.
These aminals. I got all these aminals in here. I'm not be doing that.
Anyway, we've been talking. And JB kicks Grady out, and then she immediately goes back to reading her little book or reading her manuscript. So Grady goes to Sandy's room. Sandy's dead.
Oh. That's sad.
And he sees Gary in the background. What? So it's a bit later on, and we find out that Grady called the police, but the hotel security was hoping that he wouldn't have. And this is Mr. Rice. Oh. He said that these little accidents happen all the time in hotels.
Do they?
And Gary's like, little accident, she's dead. And Gary approaches Grady and pulls him aside and says, let's not talk about any of this because it will really upset Cornelia.
Okay. I mean, we should probably talk about it though. So
yes, the inspector shows up. Inspector Matherney, I don't know. We'll just call him the inspector from now on.
You're just like, whatever.
Look, I first had McEnany, but it's not McEnany. It's like Matherney, and it's a weird, almost fake last name. Well, the inspector's like, okay, Mr. Rice, you got this handled. I'm going to leave. And Jamie's like, no. I got some shit to show you, boo.
Who?
So she takes the inspector to the other room. She shows him the blood stains on the cabinet where she fell. And he's like,
Okay.
well, she probably fainted. And then she shows him the pillow that's sitting on the bed with makeup and stuff on it. And he's like, well, yeah, because she had a fainting spell. And she's like, no, the bed's made. It's not wrinkled. So how did this happen? Next page.
Come on, Jessica. You uncovering some truth, honey.
So the inspector wants to talk to Grady.
Mm-hmm.
And JB goes to Mr. Haviland because she's like, well, Cornelia's not showing up, and he talks to somebody. And when she sees him, he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't get any sleep last night. I left my phone off hook so nobody would bother me, and was asleep for 3 hours, and now this. Oh my God. Okay, I'll get up there and start helping. We see a little thing of chocolates and a flower on the bedside table.
Aww. Oh wait, is that good? I don't know.
I've never really stayed. I've stayed at nice hotels before.
Yeah,
but that's never really been a thing.
None of them gave you chocolates.
Mm-mm.
It's chocolate. Sorry.
Are you done?
Yes.
It's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
So, girl, when's your first show at the cathedral?
I don't know yet. Oh, I forgot all about that.
Are you still wanting to do it?
I'll think about it. I got it. That's gonna take planning and time and.
Well, girl, what we will do is we will meet every week and we'll discuss it.
Jesus.
I can be your man. You can be great, girl, if you just try.
I don't feel like trying right now.
Then don't do it.
Trying is hard for me right now. So.
Is it? Why? What's going on? Talk to me. You're alone.
Nothing's going on. I'm just busy all the time.
You're alone. Nobody's listening to this.
Thank you for telling me I'm alone yet again. Thanks.
I meant in this conversation, it's just me and you and the dear listeners.
Dear Angelique. Dear Angelique. Every time. Dear Angelique. David. She's shitting all over her.
Oh, God, Kathy Moriarty. Dear Angelique. Dear Angelique. Dear Angelique. Dear listeners, that is from Soap Dish. A movie that oh God, it is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's just so funny how sometimes you can just say something and it's just like a light bulb goes off in your head of hearing that movie playing in your head.
And it's sad that I watched that movie recently. 99.99999% of it holds up, except for that last scene.
That one part. And yet, here we are.
I think our work here is done.
I think so too, right? Yes, right. All right, bye-bye. And Whoopi was just bye-bye, we're going, bye-bye.
So we're back up in JB's room. And my writing got really fancy now. I was apparently feeling really loopy. My handwriting's always kind of loopy.
Shocking.
I write like a girl.
Shocking.
Like my G's are that.
You put a little heart, you little dot your eyes with hearts. You said you write like a girl. I remember going through that phase because I saw There's a girl in our class that did that,
Uh-huh.
and I looked down at her thing one time. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's cute! I'm gonna." Start So for like a year, I dotted my eyes with hearts.
Oh God, what grade was this?
I think it was like fourth or fifth.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully it was fourth because I think our fourth grade teacher would have been okay with that.
Yeah, maybe third even. Because I mean, we learned cursive in like second grade.
Third.
So
It was third.
no, second.
Third.
No, second.
It was third.
It was second for me. I specifically remember the teacher that taught me cursive. It was second.
Yeah.
Specifically remember. It was
Really?
second.
Mine was third because I remember it. I remember. Yeah, we didn't learn it in second grade.
Yeah, I learned it in second.
But
I didn't learn it in third.
But then again, my second grade teacher was pregnant and left.
Yeah,
I didn't learn it for a while.
Yeah, I didn't learn it in third. It was second, definitely.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back in JB's room, and Grady is sad, womp womp, because
Why is Grady sad?
Because they think he committed a murder.
Oh, I thought he was more sad because the lady he liked died.
No. Nobody seems to care that she's dead. Like, let's throw this out here now. Nobody really cares that this woman that had her hair up in a smart little ponytail, and when it came out of that ponytail, turned into Medusa. It was so bad.
Yeah. It was a lot.
That was a blowout that blew out, girl.
Yeah.
That person thought they were going to have a fart and had a full-fledged diarrhea.
I swear I thought it was a shart. I swear.
Oh, God. So he mentions the phone call and the envelope in the purse, but no, the inspector said no envelope was ever found.
Oh.
And Sandra was a computer operator, whatever that means, and was wondering, like, could not afford to even stay at the hotel. Did Gary pick up the tab?
The plot thickens, honey. The plot thickens.
So JB goes to Mr. Havlin and offers to pay for Sandy's room. Oh, look, I have no idea how she paid. She always just used a credit card and it was always covered. It is one of life's little mysteries what she did to Tier, who was paying for her. But 9 times she came and 9 times it was paid.
9 times? That's expensive.
That is expensive. We found out exactly how expensive at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now we're in Nettie's room.
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking to Gary on the phone. You can finally divorce Cornelia. But I have to go now. I have to go.
Oh, suspicious.
Mm-hmm. And Nettie turns talking to JB and she's like, we barely knew or saw Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate.
She's like, I've been stealing boxes. Like, girl.
Yeah, boxes of these hotel chocolates.
Like one that wasn't even open. She's like, here, do you want it?
Like, I think just taking them off of the cart from the maids.
It's like, all right, Charlotte, come on, honey, you do it.
So we're at lunch. I believe we're at 30 Rockefeller. Is what it looked like from the building, but I don't know that they have this at 30 Rock because that's where the fountain is where they're sitting. So,
yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have something there because they have a lot of stuff. It's like a plaza, so they have like stuff there.
I have never been. No, I never made it over that side of New York.
It's really beautiful. Yeah. Like it actually is. I mean, it is what it is. Like in real life, but like it's much larger than it looks like on TV and movies and stuff like that. It's a much bigger space. So yeah, we went there to see the tree once, like one holiday.
Yeah. I say that like, I'm sure it's beautiful. Like I have the Chrysler Building's the one that I actually want to see. Like that is the one, we didn't make it to the Chrysler Building. either.
The coolest building in New York that I remember when we used to go all the time, the coolest visual building, even though it's not like fancy, was the Flatiron Building.
Okay.
That's one that like it's so unusual for that area that it just really is like a architectural, like you kind of stare at it like, huh, weird.
So one thing I can't do is look up at buildings from the ground because the straight lines will make me fall over with vertigo.
Girl,
you didn't know that?
I didn't know. I knew about the vertigo. I didn't know it was like that also triggered your vertigo.
Yeah, looking up at high ceilings will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking up at like, especially just those straight lines going up, make me feel like I'm going to continue to go follow the line, and by the time you follow the line all the way up, you're falling back.
Oh wow!
It's just a weird thing. Like it is. Same thing with like looking over the ledge at a mall. It's like I'm falling. Oh no! Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
How did we become so damaged?
As she put some food into her mouth. What you eating, girl? What you eating?
It's this thing I got at the Asian market.
Is it chocolate?
It's chocolate. It's like a cross between Oreo and Kit Kat.
Is it an Oreo Kit Kat?
It's like an Oreo wafer.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what
that sounds okay.
It's pretty good.
It's got a lot of. I'm sure it's okay.
Well, the continent of Asia hasn't all fallen dead, so I'm assuming it's okay.
Well, girl, you don't even know how popular it is there. They could have sent them all over here because nobody there likes them.
That's the plot. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We just found the string of the plot right there. Wow, all of these Asian delicacies are so amazing. Meanwhile, people in actual Asia are like, send them our shit.
We hate them.
All the 7-Elevens, they're like throwing out the worst stuff.
Yep.
And they're like immediately chunk it on a thing and send it over to America.
I mean, it sounds right to me.
Yeah, it does.
So, Gary is scared to death.
Oh, no.
Sandy and he dated, and she had a engraved bracelet. And he's like, hey, Grady, my man, can you break into the sealed room and go get that bracelet from her, personal effects? It's probably in her robe. Here's the master key. You know, everything I've done for you, you should do this for me.
You know, this was a little bit upset. I was actually angry because.
Oh, we were too.
It triggered me something terrible.
We were too.
I was just looking at this guy and I'm just like.
Yeah, and Grady's not. I mean, this paints Grady to be a huge idiot because you know what Grady does? He goes in, gets the bracelet, and gets caught.
Like without even thinking about it, he just does it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like moment of introspection, moment of like, nope, just go right ahead and do it.
So downstairs, JB is like marching through downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And Cornelia stops her and is like, oh, so sad for Grady. And she's like, bitch. He has a master key that was probably Gary's. The bracelet says G on it, which is probably Gary's. And like, what do you think about this? And Cornelia's like, fine. I've had her watched for weeks. We've been looking for something. And finally it's come out. And I know I'm glad the air is clear now.
Are you? Because you don't seem like it.
Well, JB decides to go to the inspector, and Cornelia's like, well, if you're trying to find him, you probably shouldn't go to the police station. He's probably not there. So they go to the Van Gogh exhibit.
This inspector is one of the worst they've had in a long time.
Yes.
Because he's He's like worse in like the opposite way, and like
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen a Van Gogh?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen Starry Night. It's amazing.
I haven't seen Starry Night. I can't remember. I mean, when we used to go to the galleries in New York, I can't remember what I've seen, but yeah.
I thought Starry Night. Then you have seen Starry Night.
Maybe. I mean, girl, you know how long ago since I used to do those museum tours with my parents.
I think it's at the Met. Yeah, it's at the Met.
Oh, well, I've seen it. I mean, it's, once again, in hindsight, right? You wish you could have appreciated things as an 11-year-old now that you're older, and you're like, I wish I had my brain now.
Girl, also, you're a homo without kids. Just get on a fucking airplane and fly to New York City.
Okay, would you calm down? Calm down.
I'm just saying, what we can do, girl, if you want to, we can go to New York City for the day and fly back home.
We calm down. I'll get there. Lord Jesus.
She never got there.
And that's the last she talked about it. That's the last we heard about it.
Oh God.
She never made it.
I mean, you could at least take the train to Orlando and go to the Modern Museum there.
That's true.
That's actually a good museum. I've been to that one when I was in Orlando. It surprised me how good it was.
I haven't been to Orlando in a long time, actually. Now that I think about
If you ever want to meet there, girl, like I don't ride rides or anything, so don't. We wouldn't be going to theme parks. We'd just be.
Oh, I would never equate you with joyous activities like that. Never.
We would just be going to the remains of Parliament House.
Planning, just throwing out flowers. Oh, rest in peace, Parliament House.
God, is Parliament House? What took over for it?
I think they bulldozed it.
Okay,
because they're going to build something else there.
What are they going to build there?
Parliament. I don't know. Girl, I don't live there. I don't remember.
Gay
I just know.
Clubs, Orlando.
I know that they're. I know it's supposed to be opening the new Parliament House downtown or something like that. I think it was downtown. I don't remember now. I think it's open.
It's not. Ooh, girl, they're getting Brooklyn Heights at Southern Nights, Orlando.
Yay.
That club's got 3.7-star review on Google.
We had a Southern Nights for a while.
Ooh, and the Savoy, Orlando. Look at these old bear men at the Savoy. Oh no, are they? What are they? I guess they're. Yeah, that's the average club. We can go there.
The average club.
What I mean by that is, it's not okay. Here, this is what I mean by that.
Oh no, I understood what you meant when you said it. It still does not sting any less. It doesn't sting. I mean, the sting is still there, girl. Sting is still there.
So JB goes off on the inspector, and it's like, release Grady. You just release him. You got no proof. It's probably Gary. Mind your business.
Like
so back in JB's room, JB is very disappointed in Grady. And Grady's like, well, Gary's done so much for me. And she's like, what has he done? And Grady admits to seeing Gary. And JB's like, he could be the killer, Grady. Why are you defending him? And Grady is like, I'm going to go for a walk now. I'm in my feelings, and my man friend is being an asshole. I'm going to go stomp off for a walk.
Honestly, this episode was giving me total Grady bisexual vibes because it was very like,
he done hurt me.
Like, what did he do for you, Grady? Exactly. Like, I know he said something about saving you once in a fight, but like, that's not enough to justify these actions. Same.
If you just take that one finger and eventually 2 and then 3, then you can put a whole harness in there.
Girl. He's like, I can't have her or him. Oh, I'm so upset now.
Isn't that always the way? So the inspector calls JB. And we're at the police, and we find out that that there have been 5 25,000 Rupel doll hair deposits into Sandy's account, and they match each stay at the hotel.
Uh-huh.
So JB goes over to Nettie and's like, "What's the tea, girl?" I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so here's what I think. I overheard that convo you had with Gary. I think that Cornelia and Gary were not legally married and that he was already married to Sandy. And Nate's like, yep, and that bitch was taking all of our money. And I am happy she's gone.
The plot.
She carried her marriage license in her purse so she could whip it out anytime she needed it. When she needed them receipts, she had it.
I whip my license out.
Whip my license back and forth. I whip my license back and forth. Well, we're at a bar with Grady and JB, and they're waiting on Gary. And Grady's kind of like, it could have been Nettie too. And JB's like, well, maybe not, because maybe not. She did believe that with Sandy dead, that their marriage that he and Cornelia's marriage would actually become intact. Grady's like, that's stupid. Yeah, Grady, you're one to talk about stupid.
Given. Leave Grady alone. He's got bisexual brain right now.
Chaotic bisexual.
There you go.
So we're now on the roof. Up on the roof.
It's a very Dynasty moment.
Gary and Cornelia talk. He asked to, what is that word? Oh, he asked to stay with her. And she's like, no, you need to leave. And he's like, come, let us just go. Stay somewhere else. Just you and I. I love you. She's like, no, you just love my money. And she looked so good in that silver and black sparkly number.
So good.
So we're downstairs, and Gary's gone downstairs, and he approaches Rice, and it's like, hey, could you frame Grady for $5,000?
Girl.
Grady overhears and storms off.
Thank goodness.
So we're back in the room, and Grady's looking very sad.
I mean,
And JB's like, hey, let's go to dinner, Grady.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're leaving, a maid comes in to turn down the bed with chocolates and a carnation.
Oh, that's nice.
JB's got it. So we go to Mr. Havlin's room, and JB just starts chit-chatting with him. And he's like, well, you know that Sandy and Gary were married, right? Well, what? No, they were sleeping together. No, they were married. Do you want to see the proof?
Ooh.
And he pulls out the marriage certificate, and on the envelope that had the marriage certificate was a phone number written.
Stop.
You conspired to kill her. Well, you know what? Fine, I did. I went up there that evening, and I was going to talk some sense into her because Cornelia never gave me a raise. So I was like, oh, this is easy money, so I'm just going to go up there and talk to her and say split it 50-50. And she said no, so then I hit her really gaily with the back of my hand, and then she fell and hit hit the cabinet, and then I was like, oh well, there's this nice pillow right here. I'm gonna just offer. So then I took her life, and I took the marriage certificate, and here we are now. What's the next day? They're checking out. We find out that the phone number written on the back of the envelope was her periodontist.
Oh, wow.
Cornelia and Garrett come up, and they're very happy, and they're staying together. And JB's like, well, you two deserve each other. He asks Grady to be his best man, and he's like, I'm busy that day. I haven't said the day. I know. And Grady's like, well, I'm going to take care of this hotel room myself. And Garrett's like, no, I'll pay. No, I've got this. And it's 2,500 Rupal doll hairs. But that did not include the restaurant fee. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you enjoy this episode?
It was a hoot.
It was
very 80s. It was a very 80s.
It was very 80s, and it was all over the place, though.
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
mean, honestly, I do feel a little bad for bisexual Grady.
Yep.
Because this episode really is very weird kind of thing. So I do feel bad, but also I thought this was an interesting take because in this one, what's his name? The murderer was like not really in a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a
that was a good little twist. Like I didn't peg him. I actually thought it was going to be Caroline Ray or Charlotte Ray.
I thought it was going to be Charlotte Ray too. Yeah.
Because you have the star, like to have her blubber for a little bit, like that would have been good.
Plus, it would have been so like against the Mrs. Garrett character.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
That was very good. Like yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been cool. The if this was made now, Grady would have totally been in love with both of them. If this was made now, it would have been
yeah.
Like there would have been that moment where Jessica's having this heart to heart, trying to get him to explain why. Oh, it would have been perfect.
Aunt Jess, you may not understand this. I'm bi. Girl, speaking of that, before we close this episode.
Oh no!
Yesterday, I went out to dinner and there was a group of 4 very old women sitting beside me.
Okay.
And one of the women was trying to explain trans people. She's like, my friends. Now, I'm gonna say this came from a place of attempting to work it through her brain.
Oh no, I know already.
And not from not acceptance. So it was my friend's daughter is a boy up top and a woman on the bottom and is living her life as a boy now. And these kids these days are doing this and it's getting more common and it's very confusing. And as one of the women was getting ready to speak, and she said, oh, you don't need to worry about it. They're just living their life. What they're doing is okay. It's just different than what we did. Just you have to deal with it.
It's interesting in a way because it's like, it's once again, I think that's beautiful that they weren't all like savaging it. But it's like, I think that people now, and this goes even to like things such like AI. I think people have not realized that the things that enable people to do things now were not things that existed like not that long ago.
Yep.
Like the procedures, the drugs, all of it, that wasn't a thing. And so, yeah, it feels that way. But then back in the day, they were just, unfortunately, like trans men that used to just like live like men. But just covered up.
I mean, there's also people think if you ask a normal person on the street what percentage of population is gay, right? They usually say a quarter to 30%.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 10%.
Yeah.
When you ask somebody on the street how many trans people there are, it's usually like 10%. it is less than 1%.
It's a very small
It's
percent.
very small percent. And like it's because it doesn't fit into the realm of the 99% of other people out there. It really afflicts people.
It's amazing though that they think it's like some strange tidal wave, and meanwhile people like me and you are looking at our friends like it's just a small number of people that
Yeah.
are just trying to live their life. Like that's just a very small number of people.
I mean,
that's it.
In my life, I think I have met, honest to God, 5 trans people that I knew were trans, right?
Yep.
And consider that with the number of people that I have met in my life, and I'm talking throughout my entire life, like that is so few.
I know.
Like,
and it's but if you hear people politicize it, man, they feel like it's an army, and that's even sadder.
Let's also throw on top of that I'm a drag queen, right? Like
what?
Like I bet. Okay, maybe that number's close to 10, but still, that it's not that many people. All right, girl, watch show, dear listeners, where they can find you, so I can have lunch.
Go have your lunch.
Oh, dinner.
I was about to say, is it early? Hello, dear listeners. Is it dark outside already? Hi, dear listeners. It's I, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can catch me every Thursday night hosting amazing colossal karaoke at Killy Rydell in South Beach. Performing with the Villain Theater in Miami. It's improv comedy theater. And you can find links to all that stuff and my socials at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Rhyme Spinch. You can find me online at therhymespinch.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have Patreon? That's right. If you go to patreon.com, maybe you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have the podcasts? We have Baking Sugar, our Designing Women podcast, and Over the Moon, our Moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have merchandise?
What?
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You love a good 5-star review.
That's right, Maim. I love 5-star reviews. They really help us. Hey, Maim.
Yeah?
Do you know our dear listeners can reach out to us?
No.
That's right. They can send an email at mimsmaim@gmail.com or send us a text message at 704-380-0618. Do you have anything else to add, Maim?
Oh, have a great day, everybody.
Say goodnight, Maim.
All right. Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.